Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's senior night at Abington High School. Before tonight's game, we'd like to recognize the contributions which the class of 2022 has made to the cheer and basketball programs throughout their 4 years. Please join me in welcoming and recognizing our seniors as we now invite each of them to join their guests at half court for a brief photo opportunity. First up, please let me introduce our cheerleaders, our seniors, leading off with Zoe Bailowitz, joined by her mother Alicia and brother Leo. Next up is Damian Bartlett, joined by mother Lisa and dad Jaruba. Please welcome our next senior, Elizabeth Bromley, and her mom, Deborah, and sister, Kate. Our next senior, please welcome Allison Doherty with her mom, Cheryl, and her dad, David. And our final senior cheerleader, please welcome Grace Champalo and her mother, Karen. And now we'd like to also recognize two important members of our basketball program, our two senior managers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Declan Burns, joined by Nicole and David. And now please welcome our next senior, another team manager, Dylan Spring, joined by Amanda. And now for the seniors on our Green Wave basketball team. Please welcome Curtis Lucas Summers with his mom, Jacqueline, and his father, Gary. Our next senior basketball player, please welcome Drew Donovan and mom Kerry and father Sean. Our next senior, please welcome Mike Van Luling and his mother Lauren and his father Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next senior basketball player, Deshaun Leggett, and welcome his grandmother, Deborah Kirksey. Please welcome Jeremiah Ismius and his mother, Makitha, and his father, Donald. Ladies and gentlemen, our next senior is Antoine Graham Jr. with his father, Antoine Sr., his mom, Mary, and his sister, Abby. Our next senior, please welcome Jack Robbins and his mother Jill and father Chris. And last but certainly not least, our senior captain, Tommy Fanara, and his mom Debbie and his father Chris. While their students and families will gather for a group photo, I'd now like to invite Coach Serino to the floor to say a few words.
Thank you, Sean. First off, thank you, Coach Duquette and Southeastern, for participating in our senior night. Just want to take a moment to thank the cheerleaders and their parents for their support, not only this year, but throughout their high school careers. And also to thank the parents of the senior basketball players. I know we ask a lot of your sons throughout their 4 years, whether it's early morning practices, and the family makes a lot of sacrifice too, not just the student. So we recognize that and we appreciate that. And to the players, thank you on behalf of the coaching staff for allowing us to coach you and to be a small part of your high school career. It's been an honor and a privilege, especially this group. The size of it speaks volumes that we have 8 seniors playing as well as 2 managers. I think it's our largest senior class in quite some time. You guys play well together, and you set an example for the kids to come behind you. And in addition to doing it the right way, I don't think it's a coincidence. You do it the right way, and you're also, we believe, potentially the most winningest class in school history. So that's something that you should be proud of. And I believe Tommy Fanara will graduate. He's been a varsity player for all 4 years with the most individual wins of any player in school history, which is a credit to his teammates and to him. So thank you and congratulations and best of luck to all of you in the future.
Thank you, Coach Serino. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Abington High School. Tonight, the players and fans of Abington High School Green Wave Basketball welcome the Hawks of Southeastern Regional Vocational Technical High School. Please direct your attention to the visitors' bench area as we now announce a starting lineup for the Hawks. Tonight, starting at guard, number 22, senior Brandon Hooper. Starting at forward, number 24, senior Adolfo DePina. Starting at guard, number 2, senior captain Logan Coxis. At forward, number 21, senior captain Michael Burrows. And starting at forward, number 23, senior captain Jimmy Trumbull. The Hawks are led by their assistant coach Shane Coleman and their head coach Dean Duquette. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on senior night, please join me in welcoming your Abington Green Wave varsity basketball team. Starting tonight for the Green Wave, at guard, number 2, senior Drew Donovan. Starting at forward, number 4, senior Mike Van Luling. Starting at forward, number 21, senior Jack Robbins. Starting at guard, number 14, senior Antoine Graham Jr. And starting at guard, number 3, senior captain Tommy Fanara. The Green Wave are led by their assistant coaches Jay Brown, Chris Marquardt, Bud Madden, Tom Carey, and Chris Ty, and their head coach Peter Serino. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all now please rise and remove your hats as we pay tribute to our country and to those who defend our freedom, as senior Dylan Spring leads us with tonight's singing of our national anthem. You're good to go.
our stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, basketball fans of all ages, hello and welcome into the gymnasium here on the campus of Abington High School for tonight's senior night matchup. It is the Southeastern Regional Hawks and your Abington Green Wave. As always, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson, once again joined alongside by Dr. James Madden. Doc, you want to talk about a way to start a senior night? That ceremony was it.
Exactly. It was great to see all the seniors honored with their families previously, before tonight's game, the last home game of the regular season. We have the Connor tournament coming up next week, and Dylan Spring did an amazing job with the national anthem, and the Green Wave really hoping to get their third straight victory tonight. Had a huge league win over Middleborough, 64-61 on Saturday night, and they beat Bedford last Wednesday, 69-66 in a thriller. So hopefully for the Green Wave, they can win here on senior night.
Well, the starters are all seniors. No surprise there. It is Jack Robbins, Drew Donovan, Mike Van Luling, Antoine Graham Jr., and of course the captain, Tommy Fanara. Meanwhile, for the Hawks, who are wearing their visiting gray jerseys, blue trim around the white numbers and lettering, they have number 2, Logan Coxis, number 23, Jimmy Trumbull, number 24, Adolfo DePina, number 22, Brandon Hooper. Antoine Graham Jr. comes up with a steal. And number 21, Michael Burrows. Speaking of Burrows, that's a topic for conversation at the end of the first quarter. Coxis takes the three. It is wide right. Tip is the rule. Donovan scrapping for it. Eventually bounces to Antoine Graham Jr. The Green Wave in their home white jerseys. Green outline around the white numbers and lettering. Fanara rotates, working his way towards the paint. Kicks out to Graham, who's got a wide open lane. If he wants to take the three, he's hit it from that range. Fanara takes the deep three. It is off the mark. Offensive board over to Van Luling. He bounces to Jack Robbins. 1 minute into the first quarter. Fanara pump fakes, forces in for Van Luling. It is tipped and stolen away. Now it's Logan Coxis. He gives over to Trumbull, who takes the three. That one rims out. Offensive board, and the underhanded reverse layup is good for Adolfo DePino.
That's something the Green Wave need to try and limit tonight. Southeastern is a very talented rebounding team. They're a big team. They're very physical down low, and if they are given second and third chances, it's going to be a tough night for the Green Wave.
Donovan in the corner. Goes back to the near side wing for the deep three for Antoine Graham Jr. It barely is off the mark. Van Luling scraps to the rebound that eventually bounces to Donovan. Donovan spin-a-ram along the baseline, kicks over to Van Luling for his jumper. That one is long. Fanara the only player there. He grabs the rebound. The Green Wave have 15 to shoot. Fanara floats in for Robbins in the paint. Contested shot is fouled and will be at the line for two.
And the first 2 minutes here for Southeastern has really been what they've done great all season. That's play hard defense, and they've created tough looks for the Green Wave. We saw Mike Van Luling, Tommy Fanara, Antoine Graham. They've all had tough opportunities, and luckily Jack Robbins draws the contact down low and goes to the line for two shots.
Jeremiah Ismius also a senior. He does not get the start tonight, along with the two team managers of Declan Burns and Dylan Spring. Dylan with a very moving rendition of the national anthem. This is DePina gives to Coxis. Coxis working against Donovan. Now to the far side wing for Trumbull. Spinning hook doesn't go for Hooper. And the rebound is carried out of play by Hooper. The Green Wave will take over. 2-2, 5:34 to go in the first frame. It's funny how one game can change the entire outlook. I was talking to Southeastern's coach before the game. Said they dropped one that maybe they shouldn't have to Cohasset. They were sitting at number 31 prior to that game, and by virtue of that one loss, they are now outside looking in. Currently ranked at number 37. The Hawks 10-4 coming in. Green Wave have been on a tear pretty much the entire season.
And like you touched on with Southeastern's record, even if they do end up finishing outside of 32, it's still a tougher road, meaning they'll have to play more games. But having the 10 mark, having the 10 win threshold, they're able to at least play at least one game of postseason basketball. So even if it's in a preliminary round.
Kicked out for the three by Trumbull at the shot clock buzzer, and it's good. Meanwhile, the Green Wave, let's talk about them. They've had a dominant run in the South Shore League before they ran into Randolph High School last Monday evening. Randolph ranked number 1 in Division 4 at that time. Now Robbins left wide open in the paint, and he makes no mistake on the layup.
Jack Robbins off to a hot start for the Green Wave. He has all 6 of the Green Wave's points here early on.
3 for DePina, no good. Rather, that was Burrows. Coxis will take the try and drains it. 8-6 Southeastern on top. Antoine Graham Jr. 2 hands to Drew Donovan. In for Robbins. Van Luling with the jumper. It's good. And the assist to Robbins. Two hands in called here on Van Luling. Very green student section tonight, James.
Yes, a Green Wave Pride theme for the student section. They originally planned on having one for the unified game as well. That was originally supposed to take place at 5, but that was canceled due to something in the East Bridgewater high school program.
Van Luling goes full steam ahead to the rack and earns the block. Coxis called for the foul. And Van Luling hits his first attempt to give Abington the lead. One for two. Robbins fighting for the rebound. That's eventually gathered in by Burrows. Graham deflected the pass out of play. It was intended for Hooper. The Hawks will retain possession. Coxis takes the long 2, and it's good. Fanara, wide open 3. Rims out. Offensive board. Contact on the rebound attempt. No call. Donovan tipping the pass that eventually winds up in the hands of Coxis. He lost it. Antoine Graham takes the loose ball. Donovan flings it back in. Deshaun Leggett, another senior. Ismius and Curtis Lucas Summers all get ready to come into the game. All 3 are seniors. That's insane to think about. You got, 8 seniors on this roster, James, and plus the 2 managers?
And Coach Serino said it during his little speech that he gave, and they're easily, if not the winningest class in Abington High School history. They've been a part of a football state championship a few years ago, being runners-up in the football state championship this season. Tommy Finaro went to the state final, I believe his freshman year. His sophomore year, they were in the state final when the season was canceled. So this class has won a lot of games in many different sports, and they've been easily one of the more successful classes to ever go through Abington High School.
Graham's layup rims out, but he'll be at the line for 2. Of course, also in that stretch, James, you've got the softball state championship, the baseball championship finals appearance. Just a dominant run for Abington High School athletics the last half decade or so. Graham gets the rebound, flings it to the corner for Lucas Summers. He tried to force it into Ismius. Loose ball picked up by Graham, who holds up, takes the contact. Ismius the offensive board, high off glass, brought down by Trumbull. Graham comes up with a steal. He's in alone, lays it up and out. Coxis pull up 2. It's good. He's having a first quarter for the ages, James.
And I was just about to touch on that. Logan Cox is off to a really hot start for Southeastern. One of their seniors. They also have a really experienced team. All starters for Southeastern are seniors, so a lot of experience for the Hawks.
Tommy Finara drains the 3 from the far side wing. 17-12, Southeastern on top by 5. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Chance Moya gives to Coxis. His layup doesn't go. The offensive board from Michael Burrows. Flung up to Moya. Moya driving in, finds a wide open hole for the layup attempt, and a couple bounces off the metal. It finds its way home. Lucas Summers driving baseline, kicks to the far corner for Finara. Forces in for Ismius. Strong to the rack, and it's good. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock off here in the first. The Southeastern lead now at 5, 19-14. Moya over to Arvin Exantis. His shot doesn't go. Rebound bouncing around. Finara eventually gathers it in. Gets it up to Graham with 1 long 3. Is off the back of the rim and out. 19-14 at the end of 1, James. Fast-paced first quarter.
And that's the pace the Green Wave like to play with, and evidently Southeastern also likes to play with, is keep getting up and down the floor, trying to force the Green Wave to turn the ball over and get fast possessions, and that's something really that's gained popularity in the coaching world in basketball the past couple of years, is the 7 seconds or less method. It was originally it became popular thanks to Mike D'Antonio, who used to be the head coach of the Houston Rockets. So the 7 seconds or less is something the Southeastern Hawks really like, and they've been doing it tonight. They've scored 19 early points, a really good offensive start for them, and hopefully the Green Wave can start to, I wouldn't say play better defense, because I think they've played well enough defense. It's just Logan Coxis is definitely one person for the Southeastern that's really put them in this position, and they've just been hitting a lot of shots and finding open looks and hitting tough shots. So the Green Wave just need to crack down defensively and continue what they're doing offensively.
I gotta say, I'll be honest, I like the 7 seconds or less method much more than I like the Grinnell system. I had to call one basketball game in my career that featured the Grinnell system, and it was very difficult to keep track of who is who.
I can imagine.
But it allows players to score 138 points in one single game. Graham kicks to Finara now. Back to the corner for Graham. No look to Lucas Summers, who bobbled the layup attempt and got it up anyway, uncontested, up and in. One possession game, 19-16. This is Burrows on the far side. It's really pulling for the Bengals tonight, last night, speaking of Burrows.
Definitely in the majority. I think a lot of people were rooting for the Bengals last night.
But that being said, congratulations to the city of Detroit for getting as close as they perhaps will ever get to winning a Super Bowl. Between Eminem and Matthew Stafford.
I feel for the Detroit Lions fans. I think we said it a couple weeks ago, but not much going on in Detroit.
Jimmy Trumbull takes the wide open pull-up three to extend the lead to 8 for the Hawks. Leggett finds the loose ball, bounces to the charity stripe for Ismius. Down low for Lucas Summers. Fanar takes the corner three. In and out. Offensive board for Ismius, and his putback is good. The refs were not at SoFi Stadium for the first 58 minutes of that game.
In the last two, there was, I think it was like 3 or 4 straight plays with penalties on the Rams game-winning drive.
A lot of people saying perhaps a makeup call on that one hold that wasn't for the Bengals' earlier touchdown, that a face mask was not called.
And I can't imagine what the Rams fans would have been feeling if they had lost that game because of that touchdown.
That's a travel that was not called. The rebound, poetic justice to Leggett, who flings it up. It's intercepted by Coxis, and now Eddie Riley went down to one knee. Is that Eddie in the front row?
It is Eddie. It is Eddie.
He took the varsity jacket off, so it confused me. Went down to one knee, made the stop, Spencer Merrick style. 26-18, an 8-point lead for the Hawks. Lucas Summers tosses up to Leggett, miscommunication. It winds its way into the bleachers, and another turnover. Back in comes Brendan Hooper. Well, our halftime show will probably be better than last night's. We've got the Green Wave Mites playing once again. For all the people that are saying that last night's halftime show is the greatest halftime show of all time, stop. It was good. I'll give you that. It was good. It was good. I can name 3 that were better off the top of my head. Prince, Paul McCartney, and Michael Jackson. That's it. End of story. I will get off my soapbox now.
I wasn't around for any of those halftime shows, so
Oh, Michael Jackson flew in on a jetpack. It was something to see. Prince had the pouring rain. It was absolutely pouring for Prince's halftime show. And he played Purple Rain. It was an absolutely electric rendition of it. Go ahead, at me. Foul called on Fanara for the run-in with Burrows. In comes Trumbull once again.
this game was originally actually scheduled for December 13th. It was supposed to be the Green Wave's first game of the season, but Southeastern Votech was having COVID issues in their school at the beginning of the season, which forced them to shut down for 2 weeks, and the Green Wave ultimately rescheduled here for senior night here in February.
Corner three for Trumbull doesn't go. Leggett with the rebound for Abington. He finds Lucas Summers in stride, and his layup rolls in. Donovan's getting ready to come back in. Good give and go to Trumbull. He puts it off the glass and in. 8-point lead, 28-20. Antoine Graham gives to Fanara. He pump fakes, works his way baseline, kicks out to Leggett. Graham was going for it as well. He floats it up and into Lucas Summers, who lost it. And the Hawks come away with yet another Abington turnover. Corner 3 for Coxis. In and out. Offensive board for Southeastern. Coxis takes another 3. This one off the front of the metal. Offensive board for Trumbull. His floater doesn't go. Leggett eventually puts an end to a 4th chance for the Hawks.
Those are some rare misses from Logan Coxis. We've seen him knock down those shots all night. So far, he's been easily the best scorer for Southeastern and has been giving the Green Wave a lot of trouble on the outside arc. And he, knock on wood, it looks like he might be cooling off a little bit, and hopefully they can continue to limit his scoring to get back into this one.
Antoine Graham off the inbounds pass. Thought about the long 3. Fenara takes it and drains it. Nothing but net. Heavy rotation of seniors tonight. Along with Lucas Summers, Drew Donovan, Mike Van Luling, Deshaun Leggett, Jeremiah Ismius, Antoine Graham Jr., Jack Robbins, and of course the captain, Tommy Fenara. 3-on-1 for the Hawks. We're going for the slam. Was Michael Burrows, and Graham gets called for the block. Kind of a tough call, James.
I don't know if I like that call. I would have been more of a fan of just a no call. Let them play it out. No charge or no blocking foul, but they give Antoine Graham the blocking foul on the play.
Of course, the cheerleaders have a couple seniors as well. Zoe Balowitz, Damian Bartlett, Elizabeth Bromley, Allison Darty, and Grace Giampalo. Three minutes to go in the second. Graham takes the long 3. That's off the mark. And a foul on the rebound attempt. Chance Moya called for the contact. His first, the 6th, called on the Hawks. Floater in for Ismius. He finds Donovan in the corner. Hard across to Van Luling. Now Fenard takes the corner 3. Now it's off the metal. Offensive board for Ismius. Green Wave trying to force it into the paint, James, and Southeastern's been really good at defending against that. As Moya hits a contested layup, he has an and one attempt here.
Yes, we saw it on that end of the floor. Drew Donovan trying to force a pass down low to Jeremiah Ismius, and the Green Wave are really trying to get away from the outside shot. Not many have been falling here early on, and they are really successful, like all teams are, when they can get the outside shot to fall, but they tend to struggle offensively due to their reliance on the outside shot. So hopefully in the second half, they can really start to heat up outside. Antoine Graham, Tommy Fenara, 2 of their better shooters, and really get back into this one if they trail 10 late in the second quarter.
Van Luling, the jumper, no good. Trumbull takes the top of the key. 3, it's good. He's hot, James.
It's been really a duo of Logan Coxis and Jimmy Trumbull tonight. The 2 seniors for Southeastern have been carrying the load. Both of them have been shooting real well from the outside and getting to the rim and finishing with ease, and that's really been the kryptonite for the Green Wave so far tonight.
Chance Moya's ankles might need a check after Van Luling spun away from him. The Green Wave, however, turned it over again. They lost it out of play. 1:45 to go in the second. The lead is 13 now for the Hawks, 36-23. Moya working his way in, kicks to Trumbull at the top of the key. Moya in the corner. Has to fire it over to Exantis, who has it stolen on the give and go by Deshaun Leggett. 1:15 to go. We do apologize. Normally we've got the scoreboard burned into the lower left-hand corner of your screen. There was a camera issue and Huddle had to reset the camera, and that feature got turned off. We're hoping to have it back for the next slate of games. Tomorrow night, the girls basketball team will host the Norwell Clippers. All three levels, freshman, junior varsity, and varsity.
Norwell's got a really good girl squad this season. I think they're top 10 in the state for all divisions.
Leggett hits the windmill layup. Under a minute to go now. 50 seconds. Another three is good. This by Arvin Exantis. Graham far side wing. Leggett. He's got Graham wide open. Kicks to Van Luling. Now Graham with the long three. That's long and a push on the rebound attempt. Exantis called for the push.
Right at the half, please stay off the court as we prepare for the fourth grade exhibition game at halftime.
Confusion on the foul, whether it was a shooting foul or a 1-and-1. It was Southeastern's sixth foul of the evening, so it is an inbound pass. Donovan able to artistically keep it onside. Graham, his layup doesn't go. Ismius is fouled on the way back up. A third chance opportunity for the Green Wave.
That's really where they're going to need to improve if they want to get back in this one is their rebounding. Southeastern's out-rebounded them so far tonight, and really their offensive rebounding has been tremendous, and that's given them second and third opportunities to help get outside, get a three from guys like Logan Coxis, who seems like he hasn't missed much tonight. So that's really been one of the huge things for Southeastern in their 13-point lead here late in the first half.
Ismius goes 1 for 2. 15 seconds to go. Shot clock off. Contact on the layup attempt, and Burrows is going to be at the line for 2. Drew Donovan called for the contact. His first, the fifth on the Green Wave. Burrows hits his first. Fanar in for Van Luling. And Burrows goes 2 for 2. A 15-point lead for the Hawks. 6 seconds for the Green Wave to shoot. Graham takes the deep three. Off the metal. The rebound to Chance Moya. The buzzer sounds without a shot. And the Hawks will take a 15-point edge into halftime. James, what did you see that the Green Wave need to work on? What did you see that Southeastern needs to keep going in order to preserve their lead?
Really everything for the Green Wave. They haven't really been able to do much offensively. They started off strong on the offensive end of the floor in the first quarter, but the second quarter, they're a bit cold offensively, and defensively it's been tough for them. Two seniors, Logan Coxis, Jimmy Trumbull for Southeastern, have been tremendous for the Hawks and are a huge part in their 15-point lead here at halftime. And it seems as if, especially Logan Coxis, like I said, it seems as if he hasn't missed tonight. So they're going to really need to find a way to stop the outside shooting tear from Southeastern and really get back in this one on the defensive end of the floor.
All right, now time for the greatest halftime show since last night. It is the fourth grade exhibition of the Green Wave basketball team. Southeastern leads at the break of the varsity matchup, 41-26 over the Green Wave here on senior night. We're going to step aside, take a quick break, and bring you third quarter action right after this.
Goes Nugget. Like everybody, brings the ball on foot. Pass, going to McDonald. McDonald. Right, puts it up, good shot. Dylan Lynch with a good shot, and he needs another stop. Green gets the rebound. Zimmerman puts it off the glass. Rebound by White. Green falls back to defense. Will give and go by White. Big shot there by Tyler. Keep kicking off. Green ball. Duggan's going to bring it out. McDonald will dribble it up. Wearing number 25 this year in fourth grade. Ron goes left. Acceptance for the cut. Duggan. Good defense by Melchioni. Driving baseline. What a pass! It is Lynch. Great teamwork by Green. Here comes White the other way across the television screen. Melchioni shot from Virgo. Just misses. Good rebound underneath. Puts the ball up. Williamson. Good effort. White ball. Deep out shot. Rebound for the White. Quick substitutions on the fly. Giovanni will check in. Good inbound. Williamson puts it up. Oh, off the back of the ring. Good shot. Rebound Green. McDonald in the paint. Dishes it off. Tracy. Tracy getting molested. No call. Picked up by Green. Duggan. Dribbles left Rosa. Got hammered. Green ball. The bias fourth grade. Oh, he's wide open underneath. Great pass. Good shot. Great shot by Colin Zimmerman. Oh, Stonefish. Rebound underneath. By Giovanni. Kelly. Good shot. Williamson bringing it up. Duggan. The other way. Going in on the left side. Oh, off the front of the ring. Nice effort. Coming back is Charlie Williamson. Number 4 for the White team. Crossover drill. Passes it off. Virgo goes inside. Take it back now. By Will Tracy. Here comes Tracy. Misses it off. McDonald. Good defense. McDonald crossover. Ball just out of bounds. It's White ball. Substitution. That comes Dennis Lynch. And Golden 6. Tyler kicking off, bringing it Green Wave Junior Varsity Varsity, just a few years. Williamson makes a pass over to Virgo. Oh, Montiano behind the back. Good defense, though, by Zimmerman. Ball's up, off the rim, and Green takes possession. 2 minutes to go. Dennis Lynch driving the ball down the right side. Good D by Virgo. A shot off the rim goes right out to Mannix Nolan. Back comes White, Maxim Virgo. Virgo all the way. Oh, a big shot by Virgo. Virgo, kind of like the lamp, doesn't fall. But a good rebound by Chase. Takes it up to Fiona, no. But again, Virgo's everywhere. Back comes Zimmerman. Zimmerman. Now taken away by Williamson. Williamson from the foul line. Doesn't fall. Minute 20 to go. Getting tired, just watch me. Oh, Luke McDonald, a little dazzle. Doesn't fall. Here comes Virgo. Virgo, nice pass across to Williamson. Williamson puts it up. Doesn't fall. But there's Deaconoff with the rebound. Trying to restart the offense with a minute to go. He's picked in the corner, dribbles out wisely. Deaconoff, what a shot! Oh! By Deaconoff! 40 seconds to go. Unbelievable. Who's ball? One ball, 30 seconds. Deaconoff with the ball, just on the left side. Deaconoff hands it off. And Williamson puts it up. Oh, off the front of the rim, thought it was going to go. Take it away. Out of bounds. 13 seconds. 11, 10, 9, countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for our fourth grade travel team? A lot of new talent come on the ranks, but I'm telling you, a lot of new coaches, Alex Deaconoff, Email Young, and Katie Williamson, and Mark Solmonti, our volunteer rep.
Hello and welcome back into the gymnasium here at Abington High School for second half action. The Southeastern Regional Vocational Technical Hawks and the Abington Green Wave. Once again, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. He's Dr. James Madden, a 15-point lead for the Hawks coming into the third quarter. Fanar comes up with the steal there. The Green Wave looking to get back on track here. Donovan with the jumper. It does not go. And then a travel called on Brandon Hooper. The Hawks have had two players that have been absolutely deadly from beyond the arc, Trumbull and Coxis, James.
They sure have. They've been a real problem for the Green Wave, and it's been the problem, most likely the main reason why the Green Wave were down 15 at the half. They've really struggled on both ends of the floor. Offensively, they played real well in the first quarter, then kind of cooled off in the second quarter. But Southeastern did the exact opposite. They kind of heated up in the second quarter, and that was key to them jumping out to 41 points in the first half and jumping out to an early 15-point lead.
The good news for the Green Wave is that they're averaging 33.5 points in the second half this season. Sonara gets it back from Antoine Graham, now to the far side wing for Drew Donovan. Back to Graham, Leggett, over to Isthmius. Uncontested layup is good. Green Wave are going to need a lot more of that, James. The problem in the first half was that they were trying to force that. They weren't finding it naturally.
Yes, and that was the result of their troubles with the three-point shot, and they rely heavily on the three-point shot to help create an offensive flow. And guys like Tommy Fanar and Antoine Graham were having trouble hitting three-point shots outside. But as we've seen the first two possessions, Jeremiah Esmias has found uncontested layups down low, and that's going to be a real key for the Green Wave to get back into this one.
Quick timeout called by Southeastern. It is just 1 minute and 20 seconds into the third quarter. Green Wave quickly scoring the two buckets, both in the paint, both off of turnovers.
that's something they really struggled with and didn't do well in the first half, was create turnovers and create fast breaks. That's something the Green Wave have been real successful with this season, and that's something that will lead to success as we go down the road in the playoffs, and that's scoring in transition, and that's been Coach Peter Serino's biggest aim. Every game is really good. Get up and down the floor, play with a fast pace, a fast tempo, and score in transition, and they didn't really do that in the first half, and rather it was Southeastern who was forcing the turnovers and playing at a fast pace, which led to them jumping out to a big 15-point lead.
Well, we got to give credit where credit is due. Classy moves by the Southeastern Hawks at halftime. They came out early to watch the 4th grade travel team exhibition, and we're cheering on the future Green Wave players, especially. A couple of them hit big threes from NBA range, James.
I remember one kid, he came from the corner, came off a screen, maybe 25 feet from the hoop, and just drilled it.
Nothing but net. And Southeastern cheered him for it. Cox's three doesn't go. Ismius grabs the rebound, gives it to Leggett, almost intercepted there by Trumbull. Benara, three, rims out. Rebounds is deflected by Fenara into the Green Wave bench. Back in comes Arvin Exantis. He will replace Adolfo DePina. Donovan will inbound right next to Coach Peter Serino, who one of his personal highlights this season, he'll never tell you himself though, is that he won his 100th game at the helm of the Green Wave. Donovan's floater, a couple bounces off the metal and out. 7 years at the helm and already 100 games won.
And like I said previously, he's been the coach of some really tremendous teams. We had teams the past 3-4 years, Bryson Andrews, Matt McGuire, Antoine Graham, Tommy Fenara, some tremendous players, some of the best players to ever play for the Green Wave. And to think that they've all really been on the same teams together is just amazing.
Fenara, corner three, and he drills it. Just like that, the Green Wave cut the lead to 8. Graham reaching in, taps the ball loose. Ismius picks up the loose ball. Leggett lost it, but got the handles back. Gives to Graham. Thought about the deep three. Drives inside. Contested layup. Doesn't go, but Graham, the sharpshooter, will be at the line for 2. Southeastern's coach Dan Duquette is getting a little frustrated on the sideline, James. The Hawks have yet to score here in the first 3 minutes of the second half. Meanwhile, the Green Wave have scored a couple of big possessions, including that last 3 by Fenara.
Rightfully so. His team has turned the ball over a lot more than he had hoped to, especially this early here in the second half. The Green Wave have jumped out to an early 8-0 run to cut the Southeastern lead down to 7, and this is definitely the half the coaching staff and Coach Pete Serino had hoped for, and hopefully the Green Wave could continue to chip away.
Coxis gives back to Hooper. Hooper spinning at the top of the key, and a foul is called on Ismius. Hooper at the line for 2. Drains his first, the first point of the third quarter for the Hawks. One for 2. Ismius fighting for the rebound. Loose ball. Hooper picks it up and then turns it over to Leggett. Graham left wide open on the wing for 3. It doesn't go. And the rebound is tapped out by Southeastern. Fenara grabs it one-handed, gives back to Antoine Graham. Graham to the corner for Fenara's three. Comes short. Coxis grabs the loose ball. And then Ismius able to deflect the high lead pass. Leggett tried to force it to Ismius, miscommunication. Coxis no look, and then got it back. The floater doesn't go. Ismius scrapping for the rebound. It's out of play off of Southeastern. In comes Chance Moya, the sophomore. He will replace Brandon Hooper.
This has been a really tough start for Southeastern on the offensive end of the floor. They've only have 1 point. It was a free throw, came virtue of Brandon Hooper. And they've really, I wouldn't say they've found tough looks. They've been turning the ball over a lot more than they did in the first half. The first half they protected the ball real well, and that was a big reason they jumped out to a 15-point lead, like I said. And now they're starting to turn the ball over, throw the ball away, and give the Green Wave good opportunities to score in transition.
Ismius called for his second foul. Trumbull gives to Coxis. Back into Trumbull, who gets it one-handed and lays it up and in, no dribble. Now Fenara turns it over. Moya finds Coxis in stride, who lays it up and in just like that. James, the Hawks back up to a 12-point lead.
It seems as if I jinxed their cold start to the second half.
Coxis pull up three. Doesn't go. Ismius another rebound, but grabbed from him by Chance Moya. Now Fenara pickpockets Burrows. Gives back to Graham. Graham bounces it right into the gut of Trumbull. A lot of turnovers for both sides to open the third quarter. Trumbull takes the Super Mario jumper, and it's good. 2:38 to go. A 14-point lead for the Hawks, 48-34. Graham stutter steps his way in, contested. He is fouled once again and will be at the line for two.
This is something the Green Wave really struggled with in the first half, as well as now here in the second half, is turnovers. And that was the only reason that they were really down in a 15-point deficit was their, I wouldn't say carelessness, but their turnover rate. They turn the ball over a lot, and they've started here in the second half with a lot of turnovers, so hopefully they can start to cut down on those turnovers and find better opportunities at the basket.
Brendan Hooper, Mike Van Looling, and Jack Robbins all back into the game for their squads. Graham hit his first attempts, and he goes 2 for 2. Timeout on the floor called by Abington. They trail by 12 at the current juncture, 48-36. They had a good start, James, but then the foot came a little bit off the accelerator. Southeastern was able to capitalize and extend their lead back to double digits. Southeastern's already committed 4 fouls in this third quarter. That might come into play in the fourth. Green Wave, a very good free throw shooting team, as evidenced by Antoine Graham's perfect night at the charity stripe so far. Busy week here on the networks of Abington Community Access and Media. Tomorrow night, we'll have the girls team against the Norwell Clippers. I think we're scheduled to have Wednesday night off, but there's a lot of action all over the state on the road. Thursday, we've got the girls Green Wave senior night as they'll face the West Bridgewater Wildcats. Friday night, both squads on the road, including the boys in Randolph. That is when Dr. James Madden is going to try God's Pizza in Linwood.
That's the plan.
Full report coming on, maybe we'll get it Saturday night at the hockey game. We are scheduled to have the South Shore Voc Tech Vikings in the Abington Green Wave Saturday night at 8 p.m.
If not,
then on Monday night, The Connor tournament. It's back.
Exactly. I believe we're playing Sandwich. That should be a fun one.
The Sandwich Blue Knights are coming to town.
The Cotter tournament's always a fun tournament for all 4 teams that participate. I think the other teams, Rockland and Cape Cod Academy, will be playing right before.
Fanara hits another 3. Timeout called by Southeastern. Fanara cutting the deficit to 7, James.
That's really the momentum swing the Green Wave needed. Coach Sereno called a timeout with the Green Wave down 14 following Antoine Graham's free throws. They were able to force a turnover on the inbound, get the easy 2, and then Tommy Fanara, he got the big 3, cut the Southeastern lead down to 7, and Coach Dan Duquette called a timeout to regroup with his Southeastern squad and tell them, don't worry about it, this is where we kind of refresh and try and get back into this one, go on another miniature run where they went on a run previously with, like I said, like I've been saying all night, I feel like we've been saying his name all night, Logan Coxis. He's been tremendous for the Green Wave, for the Hawks, and hopefully for Southeastern they're able to do what they've done all night, but the Green Wave continue to chip away and continue to get back into this one.
Well, Coxis checking back in. He's on the floor with Trumbull, Burrows, Hooper, and Chance Moya. Meanwhile, for the Green Wave, it is Van Luling, Graham, Fanara, Donovan, and Jack Robbins. Full court press on for the Green Wave. The Hawks able to break it on this possession. Moya kicks back to Trumbull. Van Luling called for the push. Coxis off the inbound pass. He's working against Tommy Fanara all night. Floats it into Hooper, and he is fouled on his way up. The foul on Jack Robbins, and that will put Burrows at the line for 2. That was a good one from Eddie Riley.
I wasn't too sure what he said. I couldn't really hear him.
The first, I didn't catch the second joke. The first joke was, what do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef?
Ground beef. Fanara was expecting the catch and shoot 3. The pass deflected. Coxis takes the pull up 2 and hits it. Back to a 10-point lead for the Hawks, 51-41, 1:18 to go in the third quarter. Donovan in the corner, flings it to Graham. He's got Van Luling. Now Fanara drives along the baseline, and he lost it. Picked up by Hooper, and the Hawks able to create separation. Corner 3 for Moya, too long. The ball winds up in the arms of Van Luling. Now Fanara to the corner for Donovan. He drives baseline, was looking for the layup. Moya comes away with the loose ball. Now Coxis throws it into Van Luling. Trumbull has it. He takes the 3 out of nowhere and drains it. 30 seconds to go in the third. A half-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 3 for Graham is off the line. Now Coxis in alone. He makes no mistake on the easy meatball. Just like that, 15-point lead. Trumbull checking on one of the Green Wave faithful on the far side, who got that ball deflected off of their face. Looked no worse for the wear. 12 and a half seconds to go. Fanara gets tripped up, able to get it to Antoine Graham Jr., who tried to fling it down low for Ismius. He kept it in play, but Trumbull is the first to get there. Coxis will not attempt a shot as the buzzer sounds. Game of runs, James. 56-41 at the end of 3. Green Wave started the third quarter on a run. Then Southeastern went on one. Then the Green Wave came back a little bit. And then Southeastern pulled away once again.
Exactly, and that's what we've seen all night. Southeastern has done a tremendous job of maintaining their lead. As soon as the Green Wave really looked like they can get back in this one, Southeastern has done a great job at not really giving them any hope. And the Green Wave got this lead down to 7 with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter, but Southeastern then went on a run, get their lead back up to 15 with 8 minutes remaining. And Southeastern in a very good position here going forward. The Green Wave are going to need a lot of stops defensively and a lot of non-empty possessions on the offensive end of the floor if they want any chance of getting back in this one.
Coach Dan Duquette was telling us before the game that they lost a game against the Cohasset Skippers that maybe they shouldn't have. They played down to their opponent. They lost by 11, which is just over that margin of 10 that gives you the extra points for the power rankings. That knocked them from 31 to 37. They're now on the outside looking in, but looking to come up with a huge upset over, I believe, the top 10 Abington Green Wave. Coxis goes flying and lays it up and in.
This upset win would be thanks to Logan Coxis. Like I said previously, he's had a tremendous night for Southeastern, and he's one of their seniors. I'm not sure if he's a senior captain, but Logan Coxis has been tremendous, and he's one of their many seniors, very experienced and very old team that has shown their experience and their poise tonight and been a big part to extend Southeastern's lead out to 17 points.
And Jimmy Trumbull has had a great night as well for the Hawks. Donovan in for Van Luling. The Hawks 10-4 coming in. The Green Wave currently ranked 5th in the state. Cox's corner 3. That one rims out. Offensive board for Burrows. Leggett grabs his rebound.
And just adding off what you said, the Green Wave ranked 5th. A couple teams near them in the power rankings are very talented groups. There were 2 big matchups actually over the weekend. Norton and Dover Sherborne. 2 teams at the top of the rankings. I believe Norton won that one.
3-4.
Norton won that one over Dover Sherborne. And then in the Black Coaches Classic up in Boston, it was New Mission versus Tech Boston. And it was, I believe, a 2-point game at halftime. Then Tech Boston outscored them 27-10 in the third quarter. I was following it along on Twitter, and Tech Boston ended up winning that game over New Mission, who I believe was previously undefeated. So 4 very good teams the Green Wave could end up facing off against in the playoffs later on.
Yeah, New Mission, that weird one that we saw when the rankings came out, they were 3-0 at that time. Fernara corner 3, that comes up short. New Mission currently 5-0 on the rankings. They had some big COVID issues that delayed much of their season.
And I believe there's a period where they're going to play 6 games in 7 days or something to really get the games in to be tournament eligible because of their low amount of games. I believe now they're 5-1, so not a lot of games they've played, and really got to get all those games under their belt to make them eligible for the tournament.
The rest of the top 10, St. Mary's, the Spartans. We saw them on the gridiron this season. They're number 1. New Mission number 2. Norton is 3. Dover Sherborne is ranked 4. Abington slotted in number 5. Watertown, Tech Boston, the Norwell Clippers, the Archbishop Williams Bishops, and Bishop Fenwick rounds out the top 10. Meanwhile, some old friends in the top 32. Hanover's at 17. Sandwicher will see Mondays at 18. East Bridgewater is at 26. Rockland is on the outside looking in at 35. And these Southeastern Regional Hawks are at 37. Might see Rockland again next week.
They have a tough matchup. Cape Cod Academy, one of the top teams in the Cape and Islands League. I believe they're 13-2, something like that. They have a really great record. They've had a great squad. I know they have a senior. I think he's a senior now. He's been a starter since 7th grade, and he's up towards 2,500 points. Jaden Greenleaf is his name. So we're more likely than not going to be seeing him at some point next week. So yeah, he's been a 6-year starter, if my math is correct. So I believe he's a senior now, but I've been saying that for the past 2 years.
2,500 points.
Believe something around that. He's been really successful for Cape Cod Academy. We saw him a couple years ago in the South Sectional Final where the Green Wave beat Cape Cod Academy, the year that they were scheduled to face off against Hopedale in the state final before it was ultimately postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Donovan able to recover possession. 6.5 to go. The Green Wave fighting back from 14 down. Graham drives in, kicks to Isthmius for the uncontested layup. A great assist from Antoine Graham Jr. That was a pancake block, James, from Isthmius. Chance Moya took the brunt of it.
I was going to say, I can't imagine Chance Moya enjoyed that collision with Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, Coach Kell is watching, and that was excellent, fundamental pancake block on the football field. Fanara called for the hit. Coach Serino arguing it was on the catch, not the shot. Both teams set to go into the bonus on the next foul. Each team has 6. Cox's first shot. One for 2. Leggett with the rebound. Fanara finds Graham in the corner. Inside pass for Isthmius, and his spin around jumper is good.
And Isthmius has really been the Green Wave's best player offensively tonight. He's been finding great looks down low here in the second half from passers like Drew Donovan, Tommy Fanara, Antoine Graham, and he's going to be a big part in the last 5.5 minutes for the Green Wave to get back into this one.
Donovan comes up with a steal. Isthmius' layup. That one had some contest to it, and it's good. Isthmius leading the charge for the Green Wave tonight, along with Tommy Fanara. You never know which names are going to pop up atop the leaderboard for the Green Wave. A couple games ago, it was Drew Donovan, as well as Isthmius. 3 for Cox's is good in the face of Donovan. Graham fouled a hold. It is called on Trumbull. Trumbull's second. And this results in a 1-and-1 bonus situation. The rear ball wiped out with the towel at the scorer's table. Graham's first shot is good, turn the second. The Green Wave will have to be pretty much perfect from the charity stripe the rest of the way, fighting back from 11 down now. And Graham goes 2 for 2. Moya gets around the jumping Donovan, and then Leggett contact from behind. Graham just under his fingertips and out of play. Burrows gives back to Trumbull for three. That one's no good. Leggett with another rebound. He's having a good night on the boards. Graham thought about the pull-up three, works his way in. Ismius, another rebound, and another layup for the Green Wave senior. Timeout called by Abington. The lead cut to 8 once again, James, 62-54 with 4:39 remaining.
And Ismius' performance has been something I've been really impressed with. He's impressed me all season. His has been his growth. Earlier in the season, he kind of struggled to finish down low, and as the season's gone on, he's really started to finish more consistently down low, and he's a big piece in the Green Wave's comeback tonight. Green Waves still need to come back from a good margin, down 8 with 4.5 left. But without Jeremiah Ismius, I don't see them in this situation. And going last week, he had a tremendous week. He had a great game against Bedford. He had a great game Saturday night against Middleborough. So he's been huge for the Green Wave the past couple games and all season. And his growth this season has really been tremendous, and it has been very impressive.
Well, the Green Wave will have to sustain the run that they're currently on. They've gotten as close as 7 after Fenara hit that three. And then Southeastern was able to pull away once again. Press on for Abington. Moya gains half court. Now it's Burrows down low working against Ismius. Ismius got a piece of it. Leggett with another rebound. He's having a phenomenal night in the paint. To the corner for Donovan. Now it's Graham. Graham on the far side wing. In for Ismius. Jeremiah Ismius having a career night, Doc.
Exactly, and if the Green Wave are able to get back in this one and are able to come away with a victory, I think we both know who our spotlight player of the game shall end up being.
Donovan comes away with the steal and then tried to fling it for Graham in the corner. It rolled off the ends of his fingertips and out of play.
Also, I'm really intrigued to see his stat line at the end of this one, how many points and how many rebounds he has, obviously.
Graham tips the inbound pass to Fenara. Sorry to cut you off, James. Fenara's shot doesn't go. Ismius another rebound. And dual possession is called. The Green Wave will retain with 29 to shoot. You were saying?
I was just saying I'm really intrigued to see what his stat line is going to look like with his rebounds and his points. He has to have upward near 20 points and maybe 10, 12 rebounds, so certainly a double-double in the works.
Antoine Graham in for Leggett. His contested layup. Ismius another rebound, and his putback attempt is good. And then Donovan gets laid out. Burrows with the ball, no call. Trumbull. Now Burrows gets it back, and his jumper is good. The lead is at 6, 3:22 to go. Leggett gives to Graham. He takes the deep three. That's off the line. Fenara fighting for the rebound. It's between Cox's legs. Cox is able to gather it in. Now Moya's layup. Blocked from Antoine Graham. Leggett comes up with the loose ball. Leggett to the corner for Fenara for three. It's short. And out of play off of Jeremiah Ismius. Trumbull is shaken up a little bit.
And if I'm the Green Wave offensively, I'm still keep trying to find Jeremiah Ismius down low. Southeastern hasn't been able to guard him in the paint all night long.
Money.
Exactly, and they haven't been able to guard him in the paint all night long. So if I'm them, I just keep calling his number and keep letting him do what he does, and that's really finish at the rim.
Burrows called for the travel. He took 3 giant steps with it. .251 to go, 6-point game. Leggett slowly but surely up the court. Finds Donovan. He goes across to the near side wing for Fanara. Fanara drives back to the top of the key, works his way for the floater, and it's good. Timeout on the floor called by Abington. 2:31 to go. James, they've cut the lead to 4.
And this is the type of comeback we've seen all season long. We saw it last Wednesday night. The Green Wave were down 9 to the Bedford Buccaneers. At halftime, they were down 13 at one point in the second half, and were able to come all the way back and were able to get the 3-point victory. And the Green Wave down 15 at the half, were down 17 at one point here in the second half. So the Green Wave really are being fueled by Jeremiah Smith, really, and helping them lead to the. Sorry, I'm being distracted by the dancer.
Oh, this is incredible. The dancer has a cardboard cutout of, I think that's Antoine Graham Jr.
I think so.
Shout is being played by the Isley brothers. DJ Sean Riley on the 1s and 2s tonight. That was an electric. Well, you saw it on the right side of your screens, folks. If you didn't catch it, rewind 2 minutes and watch perhaps the second best performance of the night behind Jeremiah Ismias.
He really has been tremendous all night long.
Full court press on, 2:25 to go. Coxis drives in, floats it up, no good. Burrows on the rebound. His putback attempt is off the glass and in. 66-60, 2:14 to go. Leggett to the corner for Donovan's 3. That rims out. Chance Moya with the rebound. He was left alone in the paint. Now Donovan comes sliding in, comes up with a steal. Graham drives in, has a block. Ismias, another offensive rebound, and another layup for Jeremiah Ismias. He's going to be close to 30 and 15 rebounds as he has a performance of the night. Counted and one, meanwhile, for Michael Burrows on the other end.
Like I said earlier tonight, this has been really Southeastern showing off their poise and their experience. When the Green Wave seem to have gotten a lot of momentum and really shifting the game, the Southeastern uses their poise, their experience down the stretch, especially that was Michael Burrows, another senior, to help get the and one and get the lead back up to 6 for Southeastern.
Another rebound for Jeremiah Ismias. Leggett gives to Graham, flings a far corner. One touch from Fanara to Donovan, back to Fanara. He steps inside, now Leggett drives in, lays it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, however. Able to bounce out to Drew Donovan. He keeps it on the line. Leggett to Fanara for 3. In and out. Ismias tapping the rebound to Donovan. Now Graham with a fresh shot clock. Offensive foul called on Antoine Graham Jr.
It's a bad call, personally, I think. There wasn't much contact between Antoine Graham and the defender. Really, I mean, they've let those calls go all night where there's a little contact and the defender tries and sells it. Like I said earlier tonight, I'm more of a fan of the no call there and just let them keep playing it out, but the refs think otherwise.
Graham tipping the pass to Donovan. Gets it back. Pump fakes. Now takes the 3. No good. Leggett able to extend and grab the rebound. Now it's Fanara. Fanara floats it. And another offensive foul called. 2 consecutive charges called on the Green Wave. And a timeout called here by Southeastern. They lead 6 with 1:06 to go. Antoine Graham Jr. called for the technical going into the timeout. .106 remains.
The Green Wave do have a point there. If I were them, I'd be in a similar situation where I'd be frustrated with the charge call on Antoine Graham. Wasn't really a charge in my personal opinion. Tommy Fanara, definitely I do agree with the refs on that call, but if I'm Antoine Graham, I'm very frustrated as well.
Coach Serino saying to Antoine Graham, listen, let the coaches handle the refs, you handle the basketball. 1:06 to go. The Green Wave trails 6. The Hawks will have 2 free throws and possession. Graham's second personal foul, the 9th called on the Green Wave. Both teams in a bonus situation. Trumbull will take the free throws. Van Luling, the replacement for Graham. Trumbull misses the first. He goes 1 for 2. Jack Robbins is going to come back in. He started this game hot, James, with the first 6 Green Wave points.
And he's probably going to come on for
Ismius.
maybe. Personally, I don't really know what that's for. Never mind.
That's an interesting one. I'm sure it'll be momentarily.
He comes up with a deflection, though.
Donovan in, lays it up, underhanded, no good. Moya with the rebound. Able to shake it loose was Robbins. Now Barrow's able to break the press. And a foul called on Jack Robbins.
I believe they're calling an intentional foul. No.
On Van Luling.
I
No,
believe,
it is on Robbins.
Yeah, I think it was on Jack Robbins. They called it an intentional foul, said he didn't make a basketball play. So number 23, that's Jimmy Trumbull, will go to the line for 2 shots.
Ismius is going to come back in. He is far and away the player of the game.
It was really a battle between him and Southeastern senior Logan Coxis. They really went back and forth. Ismius' second half was absolutely tremendous. He helped the Green Wave get back into this game, get down 4 points. But ultimately, it looks like Southeastern will ultimately pull away with the victory here.
They lead by 9, 71-62 with 46 seconds to go. Trumbull's inbound pass is tipped by Leggett. It eventually gathered in and then stolen by Donovan. He floats it up ahead for Van Luling, who pirouettes and able to, they floated it up and in, but it was after the whistle. The foul called on Coxis, his 3rd personal. Van Luling at the line for a 1-and-1, the 8th foul against the Hawks. No good offensive board for Leggett. Fanara's deep 3. Bang! Timeout called by Abington, 32.5 seconds to go. The lead cut back to 6, James. It's a good thing that they installed seatbelts in this gym today because
Certainly.
It's been a hell of a ride tonight. What a way to start the week. And then you've got the high-powered Norwell Clippers. They're in the top 32. Friday night, you've got the Randolph Blue Devils. They are still ranked number 1 in Division 4.
A tough week of basketball for the Green Wave against 3 really strong opponents. Like you said, Norwell Wednesday, they played Abington tough earlier this year. I believe Abington won by 8 or 9 points in their previous meeting. Head over to Norwell High School Friday night. Should be a fun one. That matchup is more likely than not going to determine the South Shore League Sullivan champion.
The Green Wave punched their ticket to the postseason by virtue of beating Bedford last Wednesday night. 35 seconds even to go. 6-point lead for the Hawks. Another timeout. Back-to-back timeouts. Southeastern answers with a timeout of their own. Apparently they didn't like the matchups.
I guess not. They might have not liked the defensive set the Green Wave were in and what their press break was designed as. But now Southeastern with 1 timeout remaining, Green Wave with 0. So no opportunities for the Green Wave to stop the clock here going forward.
Both teams in a bonus. Southeastern in a double. 35 seconds exactly remain while we get the opportunity. We want to thank you for watching this game on the networks of Abington Community Access and Media. YouTube.com/AbingtonCamo2351/live. We'll be there tomorrow. We'll be there Thursday, and we'll be there Saturday night over at the Rockland Ice Rink as the Green Wave take on the South Shore Voc-Tech Vikings in a rematch. The last one went to a 3-3 draw. It was a very classic matchup. Full court press on, and Coxus is fouled by Fanara. Fanara trying to argue that he had the ball.
One thing I've been impressed with for Southeastern tonight is really their starting five's motor and their cardio and just how in shape they are. It seems as if it's really been only really these five for the majority of the second half. Southeastern really runs a 7-man rotation, so all 7 players that get in the game and play productive minutes for the Hawks are all in great shape, and that's what Dan Duquette has really thrived, and the Hawks have really thrived off this season.
That's not good. I believe Tommy Fanara is fouled out of this game. The scoreboard reads 4, but they buzzed and said that was his 5th. Coxus goes 1 for 2. Maxwell is the replacement. His first minutes of the game, he gets it in the, or he doesn't get it in the corner. It bounces between his outstretched arms and out of play. Ricketson's going to come in. And a timeout called by Dan Duquette. 27.8 seconds remain. Now time for the rest of the promo. If you missed one of our live broadcasts, head over to abingtoncam.tv for on-demand video, live streams of our cable access channels, bulletin board information, and more. Triple barrel action tomorrow. Not all of it's live, but we've got the school committee. I believe the open space committee is meeting with the Conservation Commission. I'll be here in the gym for the Norwell Clippers and the Green Wave girls varsity basketball team. Thursday's senior night for them. We hope you'll join us. Slated for 7 o'clock, I believe, against the West Bridgewater Wildcats. It is Donovan, Leggett, Maxwell, Ismius, and Michael Van Luling. Hooper inbounds to Trumbull. Trumbull trying to get around Van Luling. He lost the ball, and Van Luling will get called for the hold. .23.5 seconds remain. And we apologize for the lack of scoreboard in the bottom left-hand corner. It's an issue with Huddle, the company which operates the AI-powered camera for us. They had to reset it. The scoreboard was turned off. Leggett to the corner for Maxwell. Van Luling fires it down low for Ismius. He goes off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound. Lost it. Now flings it out to Donovan. He takes the 3. That rims out. 5 seconds to go. Southeastern will attempt to dribble it out, but Ismius commits the foul, and the Hawks will go back to the free throw line with 2 seconds to go. Coxus and Trumbull tag teaming for the players of the game for Southeastern, James. They had great performances, each of them, both from in and out of the paint.
Yes, the 2 seniors, I've said it all night, especially Logan Coxus. He was tremendous all night long. He scored consistently at all 3 levels. He uses shooting ability to open up the rest of the floor for him and his teammates, especially Jimmy Trumbull, and they were a big part of Southeastern's win tonight.
Donovan's half court comes up short, and that is how this one will end. Southeastern should find their way back into the top 32 by virtue of beating the number 5 ranked Abington Green Wave. Meanwhile, Green Wave will probably remain in the top 10, but they might lose a few spots. They fall by 9 is the final margin of victory, 74 to 65.
Girls basketball play home tomorrow night against Norwell High School. 7 o'clock varsity start.
Well, 9 points the final margin. James, your final thoughts on this one?
It was tough for the Green Wave all night long, offensively and defensively. They really started to pick it up offensively and had good defensive stints in the second half, but ultimately Southeastern's high-powered offense and their fast-paced offense was too much for the Green Wave, and behind tremendous performances from Logan Coxis and Jimmy Trumbull, Southeastern, like you said, pulls off the big upset win, previously ranked 37th. I'd assume by Thursday's new rankings they'll have moved back into the top 32 with this big win. Southeastern jumps up to 11-4. The Green Wave fall down to 11-5. So the Green Wave, like you said, back at it Wednesday night against a tough Norwell team who's ranked 8th in Division III. So it should be a fun one over at Norwell High School, and the Green Wave really get back in the lab tomorrow, bounce back, short memories, and move on to Norwell.
9 points the final margin. The Southeastern Regional Hawks upsetting the Abington Green Wave here at home. 74 to 65 the final. I want to thank you for watching this production of Abington Community Access and Media. On behalf of everyone here at ACAM, my broadcast partner, Dr. James Madden, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. We will see you next game.